Hello, my little Teach Leads, and welcome to Teach Lead University. In this lecture today, we're going to be attempting to answer the question as to whether or not it is still worth going to college. And this is a relevant question now because with all this disruption that we're seeing in the economy, with the great resignation where so many people are leaving their jobs, especially people with college degrees, and with tuition rates and student loan debt continuing to rise, I think this is a fair question to kind of contemplate because maybe for some of you watching, you're either maybe in high school contemplating going to college, or maybe you're a college student right now who's debating maybe getting a master's or a PhD or getting maybe becoming a doctor or a lawyer, or maybe you're an adult learner, maybe you already have your career, you're established, but you're debating going back to college to learn new skills or maybe just for your own personal enlightenment. So answering this question, I think is important in that respect. And we're going to dive into some of the data and the good, the bad, and the ugly of a college education. So I want to start with a quote from Seth Godin from Stop Stealing Dreams, one of his most well-known books, where he says, one of the things that school is for is to teach our children to understand and relish the idea of intellectualism, to develop into something more than a purpose-driven tool for the industrial state. So what he's saying here is that really universities have become very antiquated, where when universities really came to be was they were designed to really pump out college graduates to work in factories and then eventually obviously to work in office settings and in corporate environments. But the current structure, our education structure, which seeks low-cost uniformity that meets minimum standards, is killing our economy, our culture, and us. So what he's saying here is that not only are universities still antiquated in this industrial sort of system that they have, where they just pump out college graduates, to work in factories or in corporate environments or in office settings, is that they teach the bare minimum by shoving so much information down our throats of college students that by the time they graduate, they have all this knowledge, but they don't know how to apply it. And as a result, many of these students go through life where they struggle financially, they struggle to find work. And as a result, with so many of these college graduates out there who are sort of in limbo, this can really impact our economy and our culture for the worse. So that's some of the criticism that he has when it comes to the university system. But for the most part, there are silver linings. There are just as many college graduates who graduate from university and they end up having great careers and they're able to get on a strong financial footing and they start businesses and they're really in a strong position in life. But also there's just as many college graduates who graduate who struggle and who are sort of, as I said, in this limbo where they struggle to find work that's meaningful, that pays well, while being riddled with all this student loan debt, which is really hurting so many college graduates right now, especially college graduates that have racked up student loan debt that's in the six figures, where they have all this debt and they have a hard time finding work that's not only relevant to their degree, but also that pays well enough to compensate them, to help them pay off the student loan debt and also help sustain them financially and improve their quality of life. So just to give you an idea of the trend right now we're seeing when it comes to student loan debt, on a national level, student loan debt has at about $1.73, $1.75 trillion as of the making of this video. So you can see just on this chart, just an upward trajectory where just student loan debt on a national level just keeps going up. And it's obviously, I don't know how sustainable that is, but obviously the numbers are pretty sobering as far as how much student loan debt is out there. Now, when it comes to by the numbers, about 46 million borrowers in the US have student loan debt. And now for the first time, student loan debt has surpassed credit card debt by about $3 billion. So what that means is that more people are spending money paying off student loan debt than they are credit card debt. And now with the average debt, student loan debt is about $37,000, $40,000 as of 2022. But for professional degrees, if you want to earning a master's or you're going to law school, medical school, the average student loan debt is easily in the six figures, where it can reach up to $150,000, $200,000 or even more, depending on where you go to school. So again, it's very, very easy to rack up student loan debt, especially if you go to Ivy League schools or these private universities. And when it comes to tuition rates, this is a number from Bloomberg, and the number is, again, this chart is just really staggering, and we can see that tuition rates has far outpaced the rate of inflation by an extremely strong clip. We can see going back from about the mid 80s on, the number just explodes. And part of the reason for this is because student loans are federally subsidized. So universities don't really have an incentive to lower tuition rates because of federally subsidized student loans, because essentially universities are guaranteed profit as a result. And the way the university system is structured, universities compete based on different matrices. They don't compete based on value of their education or on price. They compete based more on prestige. So as a result, the competitive mechanism of universities is different, and as a result, that is why you're seeing these tuition rates, or part of the reason why you're seeing these tuition rates go up is because there's really very little incentive for universities to lower their tuition. So as far as the earning power of college degrees, this is an article I uncovered from Forbes by Michael Nitzel, who is he's a president of Missouri University, who said that most four-year college degrees enable graduates to recover the cost of their education within a reasonable amount of time. Almost two-thirds of more than 38,000 degree programs, 65%, produce graduates who earn enough to recoup their college costs in 10 years or less. And 46% achieve that same result within 5 years of graduation. That's the good news. The bad news, almost one quarter of all college programs, 10,000, produce graduates who fail to earn enough to pay off their educational costs within 20 years after they've completed their studies. And about 6,000 of these programs, many of which are at the subaccurate level, don't show any economic premium over a high school diploma. That means more than 350,000 students enrolled paid all their educational costs, often by taking on considerable debt, and graduated from these programs but realized little or no economic gain from doing so. So what we see here is that yes, you have a number of students who graduate who are able to pay off their student loan debt within a reasonable amount of time. They're able to get good jobs, and they're in good financial footing. But there are just as many students, and perhaps if not more, who graduate and they have all this student loan debt. They accumulate a substantial amount of educational costs, and they have very little economic gain as a result. They have a hard time finding work, at least as relevant to their degree, and they have a hard time being able to pay off this debt as a result because they've accumulated so much of it. So again, clearly, there are some major problems in the university system that are really hindering so many college graduates because of this student loan debt and their inability to find work that is relevant to their degree. So when it comes to the earning power of a college degree, and again, this data is pretty consistent that people with college degrees generally earn more over a lifetime than those without a college degree. So men with a bachelor's degree earn approximately $900,000 more in median lifetime earnings than high school graduates. And women with bachelor's degrees earn $630,000 more. Men with graduate degrees earn $1.5 million more in median lifetime earnings than high school graduates. So women who earn graduate degrees earn $1.1 million more. So clearly, again, this data is consistent. For the most part, people with college degrees earn more than those that don't over a lifetime. Now, but when we look under the hood a little bit, let's analyze this. And again, it's not uncommon that for many college graduates to enter a field that has nothing to do with the degree they actually studied. So how much of these individuals in careers that is earning them a strong living, is that career actually relevant to what they studied in college? Is that degree that they earned the reason why they're earning all this money? Is it perhaps because these individuals with college degrees are just motivated people who have, a better mindset and a good knack for entrepreneurship and understand what they want to do after they graduate? Is it solely because of their degrees? Their degrees have something to do with their earning power that they've earned over time after they graduated? Again, these are some relevant questions to ask. Certainly, having a degree helps. Obviously, in this case, the data shows that. But at the same time, is this degree really one of the main causes for why they have earned so much money over a lifetime than those who don't have a college degree? Or to put it another way, is what they learned in college with this degree relevant to their career after graduation? So again, it's sort of this cause and effect here that perhaps we want to explore, and we want to really analyze and look under the hood more, because one of the challenges I've had is trying to uncover data where, as far as how many college graduates actually earn degrees relevant or actually earn jobs relevant to the degree they studied upon graduation. That'll be something I think that be interesting to explore, and perhaps maybe for some of you watching this, you can uncover that data. That's something I've had a hard time finding. So when it comes to really the degrees that earn the most, clearly most of this is engineering and STEM and economics and finance. I would throw accounting in there as well for some reason. I don't know why accounting's not in there, but accounting's usually in that top 10 as far as degrees that earn the most or the highest median wages. We could see very STEM heavy accounting, finance. Those are your top earning degrees. Again, not to say that you can't earn a lot of money with another degree that's outside of this list. Again, this is just crunching the numbers and kind of looking at what are some of the most lucrative degrees out there. And a lot of that is engineering, accounting, and finance based. And it comes to the best universities that are get the most bang for your buck, the best return on investment for when upon graduation, or the most earning power. This is about your top 10. You have the University of Michigan as number one, and University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, University of Virginia. UF is on there. Go Gators. I did go to UF for a period of time, so sorry, I couldn't help myself there. So, being a Gator and all. But you can see this top 10 list. These are universities that you get the most return on investment. And there's a lot of lists out there as far as the best colleges are concerned. And, that could be as related to the specific program that you're looking at. But these are just universities that are the best overall value and get the most return on investment. And this is based on Money Magazine. So then here's the question. Is it worth going to college? Should I do a drum roll, right? With this question, is it worth going to college? So the answer is, well, it depends. Now, I know maybe that's not exactly the answer that you were looking for. Maybe you're looking for a yes or no, but it is highly subjective because I still think it's worth going to college, but it depends, I think, ultimately on a couple factors. One is, how much are you willing to spend? That means how much student loan debt are you willing to accumulate, or are you able to have access to scholarships? If you're a high school student, there's a lot of opportunity for scholarships that you can earn that can help you pay off for college. Those are some things you want to consider. If you're earning a master's degree, it's a little bit more difficult. There are scholarships out there, but they're a little bit harder to find. If you're an adult learner, the same thing. So you have to look at your own financial situation. And also you want to look at where you want to go to school and the cost of going to that institution. You don't have to go to a Harvard or a Stanford to be successful in whatever field you want to be in, but it is worth trying to determine where you want to go to school and look at the return on investment and also what it is that you want to study, which leads to my next question. Ultimately, what degree do you want to get at the university you want to attend? So, if you want to go to school to enlighten yourself, hey, study whatever you like. But if you're looking for a return on investment, if you're going to college because you want to get a great job after you graduate, you want to be able to earn or improve your earning power upon graduation, then maybe thinking about what you want to study is very important and also you want to consider that perhaps you don't need a college degree for whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe the field that you want to enter doesn't require a college degree. And to be quite honest with you, many jobs today don't necessarily require a college degree. A lot of the skills that you can learn can be learned on site at the job itself. Okay, which leads then to my final question, which is, what are ultimately your career goals? What is it that you want to do upon graduation? What kind of career do you want? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to get into finance or banking? Do you want to be an engineer? Maybe you want to try to monetize a YouTube channel and start your own social media empire. There's a lot of ways that you can go here. And some fields require a college degree, others don't. And that's something you have to determine. But you have to look at your lifetime goals, your goals that you have for your finances, for your career, for your relationships are important as well. Where do you want to live? So these are some things that you want to contemplate as far as what your goals are, how much you're willing to spend, what you want to study, etc. But ultimately, one of the things that I've learned and being an educator, being a former writing tutor and earning a master's degree, is that your success in life is not determined by what degree you have or what grades you've earned in school. Ultimately, it is the person you become in the process of pursuing a worthwhile goal. And the person you become is worth more than any education that you spend money on or any degrees that you have. And today, in this economy that we're in, you can make money doing almost anything with just a smartphone. You can start a business and you can monetize it and be able to make money that way, and also give back to your community and create value. There's never been a better time in history to be an entrepreneur and go out on your own right now. That's what we're seeing, especially with the Great Resignation. But at the same time, there's a lot of great university programs out there. It's just a matter of really doing your own research and your own homework to determine if going to college is right for you. And certainly, finding the right degree and the right program depends on ultimately getting to a degree that can earn you the most earning power, while at the same time revolves around your passions and your skill set, and really what you want to give back when it comes to participating in the marketplace. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in class next time. See you, my little teachlies. Take care. Thanks.